What's going on, guys? Matt Weik, Weik Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. So today I want to answer a question that I was asked on social media, and that is, why am I always talking about MyFitnessPal? So if any of you have ever tried to do any type of diet, what is the one thing, actually two things probably, that you experience? One is a caloric deficit, and two is you probably failed. Now, that's not a jab or a shot taken at you. It's more so at the diet itself. Now, most diets that are out there today, you can look at anything from low carb to low fat to Atkins to ketogenic to you name it, paleo, Mediterranean. There's so many different ones out there, right? In order for you to lose weight, the common denominator for all of those is that you are basically taking in less calories than what you need for your maintenance. So, for instance, if let's say your maintenance calories, just as a placeholder, are 2,000, okay? If you eat 2,000 calories per day, you won't gain weight theoretically, and you won't lose weight. Now, obviously, you can take in 2,000. If you exercise and it ends up burning calories, you end up in a deficit. But stay with me on this. We're going to keep it kind of simplified. So if you are eating 2,000 calories, theoretically, again, you're not going to gain or lose. If you want to lose, let's say you drop 500 calories off of that. So you're taking in 1,500 calories. Now, that difference should equate to about 1 pound of weight loss a week. Now, you might be saying, oh, that sounds so easy that even I can do that. And I can easily lose 1 pound every week. The hard part is tracking all of that. And that is where the MyFitnessPal app really shines. Now, you guys hear me say it all the time in my content, that if you're not tracking your nutrition, you really have no idea where you are in terms of the goals that you're trying to hit. If you're trying to lose weight, but you don't know how many calories you're taking in, then how is that a weight loss plan? If you know you're supposed to take in less calories than, say, 2,000, and you estimate, which most people do, and that's why they fail, they are eating more than what they think. And also, they're not counting in the things that they nibble on, that they snack on. All of those calories matter, okay? Just because you take one bite of something doesn't negate those calories altogether. So it's an accountability issue. Now, with MyFitnessPal, obviously, you have to be truthful. You have to put the numbers in to the actual app. But MyFitnessPal makes things so easy. Now, people also ask, they're like, do you get paid by MyFitnessPal or, Under Armour or, the brains behind this app? No, I get paid absolutely nothing. However, if Under Armour or MyFitnessPal are watching this, let's talk. But no, I do not get paid for this. I just think that this is one of the coolest apps out there. And best of all, it's free. So you really have no excuse not to download it onto your phone and be utilizing it to help you hit your goals. Now, let's get back on track. With the whole accountability issue, right? Most people can't take, let's just use this mouse. If you were to take, say, a chicken breast and it was this big, how much would you know, or would you even know, how much protein is in it or how many calories are in it? If it's a cut of salmon or filet, would you know? Probably not. So, MyFitnessPal is great in the sense that it's going to give you the numbers, but you're also going to have to measure or weigh what you're consuming. So while the app is great in the sense that it tracks it for you, you're also going to have to weigh out your food. Now you might be saying, Matt, that just sounds ridiculous. Why would I be doing that? It all comes down to how bad you want the results. I mean, let's be honest. If you're morbidly obese and you need to lose weight in order to live, is it really that big of a problem to weigh out some of the food? Now, if you meal prep, which is what I would recommend people do, you do that once and you're done. So it's not like you would have to put everything on the scale every single meal. So if you're cutting up your chicken breast so that it's, say, 6 ounces, or you're cutting up your filet to 6 ounces, and you're putting that in Tupperware, all you have to do is grab that piece, and you know it's 6 ounces. So you're not going to have to measure it or weigh it every single time you go to make a meal, because you already pretty much did that. Now, MyFitnessPal does have a paid version, and I actually don't recommend that people use it. Yes, if you wanted to get a little more in-depth and tweak and customize a few things, by all means, go for it. But for the majority of people that are out there, my clients, family, people who just come to me and ask questions on social media or they email me, I give them the same answer. Just download the app and play with it. The cool thing is, and I don't know the number because I don't do the research, but I mean, it has hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of food items in there. So if you're eating, I don't know, a vegetable, name your vegetable. If you type it in, it will give you that. So let's just use corn. If you're eating corn, you type in corn, it'll come up with corn on the cob. It'll come up with frozen corn. It'll come up with actual brand names as well. So let's like Bird's Eye and Green Giant and stuff like that. It'll come up with all of that. So it's right there. You just click it. You say, okay, I had half a cup. Boom. It automatically puts it into your daily plan. So that gives you a running total of your calories and your macros. So your carbs, protein, and your fats. And then obviously, it goes way more in depth. So it'll go into the micronutrients, it'll go into the sodiums, the sugars, the fiber, everything. It's so cool. So again, it's the accountability issue that most people are failing on. It might not even be the diet itself. More times than not, it is, because it's not a lifestyle diet. You're drastically modifying the food that you can and cannot eat. And generally speaking, when you tell somebody you can't have this or you can't have that, they're going to crave it. And eventually they're going to succumb to it and they're going to binge on whatever it is. So if you say you can't have carbs, you can guarantee probably within 24 hours of them starting that diet, they're going to start craving carbs. Now, if they have the mental strength to push through, that's very individualized. But what I have found is a very, very high percentage of people fail on diets because they just don't match their lifestyle. It's very hard to cut entire macronutrients out of somebody's diet. And that's for the majority of people. Not all, but the majority of people. So that's why I like MyFitnessPal. Because if you're hitting your numbers, now look, I'm not saying to fill in all of your fat and carbohydrates for the day with Ben & Jerry's ice cream and then just eating plain chicken breast to get your protein. Sure, you might hit your numbers, but not all calories are created the same. So you're going to have a well-balanced diet. However, it gives you that flexibility to have some of those items that you might necessarily think are off limits. So you're not saying no to certain foods. You're just adjusting things so that you can fit in things here and there so you don't have these gigantic cravings that you're just going to want to binge on everything. Now, with MyFitnessPal, it makes it so easy in the sense that it does all the calculations for you. You can weigh yourself and put your weight in. Even cooler, if you have a scale that is Bluetooth, it can connect to MyFitnessPal. So when you step on the scale, it can chart your progress. So it'll tell you if you're gaining weight, it'll tell you if you're losing weight, it'll tell you if you're plateauing. Okay, so that makes it very simple. It's very intuitive, the things that this can do. But what I really want you to understand is that it's a tracking tool. Okay, it's a way for you to measure the amount of food that you're putting into your body. So you can see if halfway through the day you almost tapped out on your calories, then you know you're going to have to taper it that last, half or quarter of the day so that you don't spill over and go, overconsume. So it keeps everything in check. That is one of the main reasons why I love MyFitnessPal, especially if you're trying to lose weight, because people grossly underestimate how many calories they're consuming in a day. Even myself, I went a day where I grabbed stuff that, I thought fit into my overall calories and macros, but I weighed it because I wanted to know at the end where I was. So, by the end of the day, I'm like, I ate really well. I don't think I went over my calories. So then I put everything in just to see where I was. I was so far off that literally if I would have stayed on that type of plan for an entire week, I would have gained weight by the end of the week. I wasn't even close to my maintenance. So it's that accountability. It's the checks and balances, so to speak, that it allows you to really get a hold and a grasp on the food that you eat. So that's really why I recommend MyFitnessPal. So in a nutshell, that's all I have for today. I wanted to tell you guys why I recommend it, why I believe in it. I think it's a useful tool, and I think it can help you guys, regardless if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight. So with that being said, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Head over to the website, weikfitness.com. Click on Contact. You can email me directly from there. Social media @weikfitness on all platforms across the board. And as always, feel free to leave comments, like, subscribe. Would love to get this in front of as many people as I can. So if you found this valuable, please, please, please share it with others as well. With that being said, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I hope to catch you guys on the next episode.